What started with one team and a passion for bringing this community together has grown into something much bigger. 5 teams with different experiences and different perspectives are now coming together because we believe this community should support each other, not tear each other down. We're going live to talk about who we are, why we investigate, and what we believe Paraunity should really stand for. No attacks, no hostility, just an open and honest conversation about respect, integrity, and unity, because Paraunity isn't just something we talk about, it's something that we choose to practice.
Hey, Donna, how are you?
Hey, Colleen, I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
Doing good. I got a little droop going on in my eye, so please ignore it.
What? But, I don't see nothing.
Yeah, but anyway, welcome everybody to our first podcast for McInville Paranormal. And as it said in our ad, that we're setting the record straight today. So we're going to talk about McInville Paranormal, what we do, what we're about, how we serve the public. And Colleen is here to help me with that. And we have some people in the back that are going to come in and they're going to tell some of their stories. And in case I didn't introduce myself, I'm Donna. I am the team manager of McInville Paranormal. And Colleen?
I'm Medium Red, and I consult with McInville and several other teams around the valley and out of here. So yes, it's going to be a good podcast.
Yeah, so we decided to do this because there are teams that have been, pretty much talking crap about other teams, just being disrespectful, talking about, like, especially with us, that things that are not true, like, charging for, out to make money and public events, which is something that we don't do. We every year we hold free public events for the public to come out. They can investigate with us. So there's real investigations. They're not tours, so to say. They're not the educational tours. They actually come out and investigate us with us. This is one of our advertisements here for Globe that we did on March the 14th. And then, of course, there's the Gila County Jail. We've done also, we have one in Gleason. There's the train depot. So we try to go all over. We try to look for new places to go to keep it interesting. Like I said, we don't charge. I mean, if somebody want to give a donation, that's fine, but we don't charge the public to do this. And then we pay out of our pocket to get into these places. So
set it up so that we've got some team leads that go through, and we break into groups, and then they are taken around the building and they're using our equipment.
Right.
So they have a better understanding of how to use the equipment and learn about the history of the building. And it is for free, totally for free.
Shared Paranormal, hi. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, David.
That's Dave. I'm about to say I don't know where they're from.
Michigan. That's one of the teams I consult with.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Yeah, I wish I could go with you guys, but yeah,
it's gonna be a good one.
That'd be great. But there's, and there's also things that were said about a production that we were going to be a part of that ended up getting canceled. That we had nothing to do with. We were there to basically record.
Right.
Precisely. And we were there to record. Somebody else hired the actors. Somebody else was behind the production, and it got canceled.
The word hired is loosely too.
Hired the people that weren't getting paid, and had all of these people to come in and for this production, and it got canceled. And as far as I know, I think it was a couple of productions after that it got canceled too. So we had nothing to do with that, even though it was put out there that we did. No, that's not what we do. But we do have one of our newest team members, Chris. We have her in the background. I'm gonna bring her in, and she can kind of. Oh, I don't have to. He's running the show. I keep forgetting. I'm so used to doing it. She's
Hi,
muted.
Chris.
There she is. Hey, Chris, how are you? Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, there you go.
How are you? How are you guys?
I'm good.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. It's been a while. It's been a little bit since we had a chance to go out. But like I said, Chris is one of our newest members, and we kind of wanted to bring her on so she can talk about some of her experiences with McInville as well. So we have actually several people. We have some other teams that we work with, and they're going to come on as well. So, Chris, you want to introduce yourself and kind of give us an idea of your experience with McInville? Hey, Robert. Chris?
Chris, can you hear us?
First, sorry for the delay. I'm not actually hearing the show. I'm watching it and listening at the same time.
Okay.
Hi, Michael Ann.
Hey, Michael. So she's having a delay.
Oh, she's got a delay, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Chris.
So a little bit about me. I've always lived around the paranormal. And I recently joined the team, like Donna said. I met the owner through some social connections, and he said, hey, we do these things for free. We go out and we educate the public, we help the public. And I was like, okay, how do I join? And he's like, you got to kind of slow your jets. And basically, I went out on some investigations with you guys. I had done another, like the educational ghost story history kind of thing. So I'd always done that kind of stuff. And then going in with you guys, it was a complete role reversal. I got to use equipment that I knew how to use, but didn't actually get to use until I used it with you guys. I was educated on how to use it properly. And it was just kind of fun to be able to do all of that and do it in a setting where it's fun, it's interactive, everybody's learning from everybody. And you kind of just, it's kind of like going out with a bunch of your friends and just hanging out, and you just happen to talk to the spirits at the same time.
Well, we're glad to have you, and we appreciate you coming on and telling everybody. But yeah, so on to, we have lots of more experiences to come on. It's just getting started.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Shannon. It was good to meet you too yesterday. So, dang, I was about to say something. Eldon, you want to put up the mission statement and I can show everybody our mission statement? So as you see, it says we're driving and serving communities across the state of Arizona and in the Carolinas. We are here for the public, our fellow investigators and teams within a paranormal community. We're working hard to educate the public and fellow investigators in proper ethics and behaviors when on investigations, treatment towards clients and the public. We respect the historical locations. So that's just kind of give you an idea. The historical buildings and locations across the beautiful states are in serious dangers of decay and dilapidation, and we're happy to help these locations in any way we can with their preservation efforts and maintaining their upkeep. So that kind of give you an idea. That's our mission statement, and we stand by that. We're here to help the public. And like I said, we don't charge a dime. And even if it's not a public investigation, if somebody is having activity in their home, you can call us anytime. Exactly. We do it for free. We don't charge. We do call us anytime. The number's on our website. I'll answer, or usually it'll come to me. So I'll answer. We'll get on it right away, especially if there's children involved, and we're not looking for anything in return. And that's
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, and like I said, we're here. Should we bring on Vince? So we bring on Vince with Lamerta Paranormal.
Hey, Vince.
Hey, nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you.
With. Yeah, good to see you. One of the teams that we collaborate with.
Yeah, happy to be here.
So, you want to, I was basically introduced you, so.
Yeah. Like you said, Vince Lopez from La Muerte Paranormal. We're a husband and wife team. So just me on today. But we've had the pleasure to join 2 investigations with McInville. Like everyone said, right, it is 100% free. You never even asked for a donation, right? So like that's shocking to me that you guys, rent these out of your own pocket and bring all these people in and you share it, right? So like, for example, the 2 I've been on, and I wish I'd been on more because if I would have known how these investigations would be, I would have gone to all of them probably that were free. Right. So I'm used to like your usual tours that are out to the public that you pay for, and it's a walking tour or it's mainly a historic tour. What I loved about you guys is you have so much equipment that like I didn't have to bring anything whatsoever. Like you guys got cases and cases of stuff, top notch. You teach people how to use it. You give it out. You're not worried about like, who's using it, who's not. And then you split us up in groups, right? So like Donna, I've only been doing this 2 years. So I was able to see Donna in action. She's been doing it a lot longer, see the type of questions she asks, like the equipment she's using. Some of it I've never used. So it was just a fun time. Like I picked up a whole lot. And then I've learned 2 new locations that I never even knew about, right? In Gleason and the train depot. So to be able to see those and experience those for free, using equipment, doing like a walkthrough, it was just a fun time. So I highly recommend this team and going out on one of their investigations if you haven't.
I appreciate that. And you were there when I saw my first shadow figure.
Yes, that was crazy. We tried to find it.
Unfortunately, it was there when I was sicker than a dog from the train station too.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, look forward to doing lots more investigations with you. So yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
The 2 was just the beginning. So
yeah, we plan to be.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we plan to be on any free or any of them, like free, not free, whatever, right? Like we just plan to join you guys whenever we could. It's a great team. Like you said, you got a full team, so you don't have to worry if you don't know what you're doing. They're going to teach you. They're going to educate you. And on top of that, it's a fun time. So I don't think we've ever stopped laughing. So yeah. I highly recommend them.
And it was nice working with Vince because they're willing to help. We were shorthanded going into Gleason. I wasn't able to go. We were short team members, and he was more than happy to step up and help us out. So we really appreciate that. So like I said, we're more than happy to collaborate. And it was nice getting together. I'm trying to think, where was it? One of the investigations that we did where we get to see how you investigate as well. The differences between that. So it turned out to be really good. So, and it looks like Misty just popped in.
Hello. Thanks, Vince.
Vince was traveling. He was over in the Warrens out east, and I understand if he doesn't want to stay.
Wait to hear about that too.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Can't wait to hear about that.
So
yeah, I'm still in awe a little bit. So it was fun.
So now we have Misty. You want to introduce yourself, Misty?
Hi, my name's Misty, and I am the founder of K-How Crew Paranormal. We're an all-female team based out of Mesa, Arizona.
So Misty is another team that we collaborate with, and we appreciate her coming on as well. We've gone on a few. Actually, Misty invited me on one of their. She barely knew me, and she invited me on one of their investigations. I'm trying to think. What was that park that we went to?
It was the Sonoran Hills.
The Sonoran Hills, yeah.
Investigation.
Yeah, we went out there, so that was actually pretty cool. And we've kind of been friends ever since.
Yeah, we're always down for collaborating with other teams. And, you guys are very stand-up. And I've never had any issue with anybody in your team, unlike some other people, in the past where I've had issues with them and stuff. But no issues with you guys. You guys put on a good show for the public. You guys have got all the equipment and everything, and you guys do this stuff for free. Yep. No charge to the public at all. Free.
All free. At one point, what was it, 2 years ago, we were doing them like every 2 weeks.
Oh my Lord.
We were doing events like every 2 weeks, yeah. So we were pushing them out there. I was like, Eldon, we need to kind of rethink a little bit. It gets expensive, but it's it's okay.
But see, this is what's so cool about this is that, and I work with K-Hall Crew, I am a medium for them, and I'm a medium for McInville, and I'm a medium for Sheer Paranormal. So, I'm basically gun for hire, basically, in a nutshell. But with Misty, she asked Donna on, to come out with us to the Sonoran Hills investigation, So, I mean, it's nice to see that not only is it McInville having people come into their group and work with them co-collaborating wise, but it's also great to have us as, La Muerte Paranormal or K-Hall having McInville come onto their teams and do, co-collaborations as well. So it's not just one way, it's both ways, vice versa.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was going to say it is a family. It feels like a family event. So like from those investigations, I've done investigations with Ecto Mike and Graves now, right? I've done stuff with Misty. And again, I was meeting them through you guys too. So it's just been a cool experience.
Yeah. And speaking of Ecto Mike and Graves, there they are.
Hello.
Hey guys, Ecto Mike.
Yeah.
We practiced that.
I was going to say, who's which? No, just teasing.
Actually, we were just on an investigation together last night. And
We were.
Good job. That was a great investigation.
Yeah.
It was.
It was spectacular.
And it was kind of flipped this time. We invited McInville to come join us. We had a couple of members from their group, and a couple other mediums were there with us also. Red couldn't make it, so it was pretty great. This was a location that we were actually introduced to by McInville, so it was our second time going. And like everyone said, it's free. I like that it's come up that it's fun. Like these investigations are fun. And somebody said to me last night, like, I really like working with you guys because you're fun. I mean, it's serious. She's like, don't get me wrong. What we're doing is serious. We are interacting with spirits and, but it's a good time. And this is someone who has no equipment and comes and is able to use McInville's equipment or our equipment and hone in on her own skills and her sensitivities and what she uses. And I just think it's great that we're all able to be there together. And Mike, well, you can talk about the podcast.
Yeah, so I mean, my take on this is that we've been investigating for a little bit here in Arizona, and we've run into a lot of gatekeepers, people that won't let us into their locations, and through podcasts, we met McInville, met Donna over at a haunted coffee shop over in Mesa. And immediately clicked. And since then, working through McInville, you guys are amazing. Everybody is like super friendly. And like what Vince said too, I'll just say like most of these other tours you go on are historical tours, or they're $50, or we've seen them as high as $129 sometimes, per person. They're doing it for free, and we're like, for real? So we showed up, met an amazing team, and through McInville, we've met all of these other teams so far that that are on the podcast and beyond. And since then, we're holding investigations that are free, and we're just inviting people to come and hang out and investigate, so we can learn from each other, we can share our experiences, and get along. I mean, that's the reason why we do this, man. Is just it's a community that we want, that we want to be friends. And Shondell said too, and you guys said too, we have fun because there's no animosity, because there's no static,
there's no competition.
There's no competition, like at all. Where there's like, let's figure this shit out. Sorry, let's see who's here. Let's try to get the evidence, and then even yesterday, after we do an hour, a couple hours, we gather together, we show our evidence to each other, we ask people what they experience in other rooms, and then we'll trade out. It's just, you guys are absolutely amazing, and we're glad to be a part of it. I mean, shoot, we're even traveling to Michigan with Colleen here, in a couple weeks. They invited us out to a Para-Unity event, and we're going to do it because that's what we're all about, and that's what you guys are all about.
Sorry, Mike brought up one of the favorite things that one of our first experiences with the whole McInville team and at a public investigation was in Globe at the Elks Lodge, and like Colleen said, they split up. Or no, the sun just changed on us. So, but our whole Eldon split everybody up into teams, and a leader from McInville took each group, or an investigator took each group around. Mm-hmm. And then we all came back in a central location and went to rotate rooms. And there were a team and one of their investigators came with us also. And it was really great for me. That was my first time seeing somebody else, like hearing what was on a spirit box. And I'm like, just hearing what I'm hearing, like we're able to just help people and go, and bringing everyone together and then splitting up. I really like that part where now the public gets to see, like, this is being experienced here, and I want to check out this room, and the Elks Lodge was where we were, and it happens to be a very big building with lots of rooms.
Yes.
And it's different. Yeah. Smaller venues, it's going to work a little different. But getting to see that and have the equipment, like we did go on a ghost tour in Phoenix that had equipment that you could use, and
a
K2 spirits or dowsing rods, dowsing rods, a K2, and there was one
on the street. We're out at the street trying to,
But it was fun, and it was one of that was pretty cool, because that's like one of the only groups that does it like that until we met you guys. And it wasn't somebody walking people around the building.
Begging to go into buildings. Can we go in those buildings, please? And like, oh, sorry, it's public. But you guys brought us in,
in buildings.
Yeah.
So,
and we met because Mike and Shondell was on another podcast, and they were explaining how some of these places are hard to get into because nobody wanted to share, nobody wanted to collaborate. Right. So the host of that podcast says, well, it sounds like you need to talk to Donna Guerin.
And called her in the middle of the night.
And called me during the podcast and was like, hey, I got this, this team that wants to collaborate. My first thing was, okay. He goes, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I looked them up on I looked them up on what was it, Instagram or is it TikTok?
Probably. Yeah, because we didn't even have a Facebook then.
And that was it. We just been so it was how they say, the rest is history.
Yeah. And I will say, because I watched a podcast where somebody was insulting McInville, they also were saying how Mike and I must be new at this because our Facebook is doesn't have a lot of followers. Our Facebook is new. We're not new. Our Facebook is new. But just to put it out there,
Yeah.
But
we appreciate you guys like bringing us in. We appreciate all the friendliness and kindness that we've received from, not just McInville, but everybody, Vince, Colleen, while you're McInville, but anybody that we've met through you guys. It's a great community, and everybody should reach out and try to get to one of their free events, because more than likely we'll all be there, because we love working.
Right? I matter of fact, I think we met Vince through one of the events, right? Because
we did meet Vince through one of the events. We put it out there on TikTok, and Vince reached out, and I signed up, and then we were
like, hey, you're going? He's like, yeah, we're going. So then we just now he comes to when we go to his. Like it's great.
Very cool.
And something to say about the para-unity aspect of it, we do have a member of the K-Hall crew that is suffering, unfortunately, from cancer right now. And I just have to say, like, La Muerte Paranormal stepped up to the plate. They came out. We did it was at Christmas, I believe it was. We did an auction, silent auction for items. Everybody came together to put that stuff together for one of our crew members to raise money to pay for her medical bills. And I just want to say that we had not even just La Muerte Paranormal come out, but we had multiple people from other communities in the paranormal field come out and donate items so that people can do a silent auction on it. By the way, that skull is incredible, Vince. I just have to say it was gorgeous. But
thank you.
That's just what we do as a unity and as a community. We're supposed to be there to help each other, and we're all after the same results. And we did that for Misty and her partner, and it was a beautiful night.
It was
in
great.
My opinion.
It was.
It was really phenomenal.
Really well. I still have my little Halloween yard lights in my garage.
That's right. Yeah.
Something else that I want to touch on. Some of the things I heard, that we're addressing. One of the things that this other person had said on a podcast about McInville is that the stories that we put out or the experiences we say we've had are not true
or made
up,
embellished
and are embellished. And I want to say I don't know. I know. So this is at a location that a lot of people go to, famous historic south. What are we? Southwest Texas or Arizona city. And I went into this room in this building and I experienced things. And before they told me anything that happened in there, I said, I'm smelling this. I'm going through this. And then they told me the story. And I'm not a medium, but just as a sensitive and an investigator that was there, the things that I was feeling and hearing, Eldon came in later and he said, okay, now I'll tell you. After we experienced and felt and saw our own impressions with no equipment. We didn't set up equipment or anything till after. And so it really like kind of, when I heard this guy saying that they felt like McInville made stuff up about this location in this town, I was like, I don't think so. Like I walked in there myself just a few months before this podcast, this guy was talking about us or talking about McInville. And I was like, that was not my experience. And, maybe your negative energy kept things away from you when you went in there.
I was just going to say, there are, as a podcaster with 200 episodes under my belt for a Within the Cauldron podcast, let me just say, we have had two separate groups on at two separate times who have investigated the Sally House, for instance. And let me tell you, one group received nothing. The other group had a lot of activity. There's no guarantee that even we as a team, or a collaborative team, can go in and get the same evidence that another team gets. Right. Is that right or wrong? No, it's not. It's what you get. It is what, as I say, as a medium, you get what you get.
Right.
There's no control over it. So to say that it's embellished, I call BS.
Right.
Us too.
Because it can totally be it could be the individuals. They can be, I know when I'm off, Vince, you got to see this in pure daylight. The energy of the building affected me so much that I could not do a free gallery reading. I thought I could only be in the building for literally 7 to 10 minutes before I was going to vomit. And I had to walk out the doors. So you just never know what you're going to get at a location. And that's not to say that it's right or wrong. It is what it is.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So, well, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Here's the guest of the night.
himself.
So look, the more you do right things, the more you do things for the public, the more you do things correctly, it's going to shed light on those people not doing things so nicely. And they don't really necessarily like that. So you become a target. And this is typical. This is not anything new. This is not something that's just come about. This has been in this field for such a long time. It's just ridiculous. You see it at many levels in this industry. You see it at our level. You see it in the TV shows. You see a lot of drama happening all over the place, and fights and bickering and arguing. And it's really because of ego and clout. They want to be the guy on top, and there's no reason for it. With our organization, we don't care about being on top. We don't have to be on top because we're not playing that game. We're not in that particular box with everybody else to compete. And that's just it. We're in here to do what we do. We serve the public. We get our evidence. We help our clients. We support the communities that we're in. And that's all there is to it. We're not here to compete with any other team. Now, like with Lamarte Paranormal, with Ecto Mike and Graves, K Hall, with, Medium Red over here. We will work with anybody that keeps integrity, keeps respect, and keeps some sort of moral compass about themselves as to what they're doing. That's what we're about. If you're going to go out there and you're going to talk smack in the community, you're going to be the squeaky wheel and draw negative attention to yourself. No, to be honest with you, McInville don't want to work with you because that's not what we're about. And I'll put that straight out there for you. As far as these events and everything that we do is for free. You go to any of our social media sites, you go to our website. It is out there. It is in the public's eye. And I'll tell you something else. If you're going to call yourself a paranormal investigator, at least be an investigator and do the bare minimum and investigate the person you're talking smack about.
Exactly.
Okay. It just takes a minute. Okay. It just takes a minute. Go and research these people that you want to talk smack about and get your facts straight before you start blasting it out there. You know, because you might make yourself look like a fool. And to be honest with you, you make yourself look like a fool. You're making me look like a fool because this is my state, just as it is yours. And it's quite embarrassing to see other teams from other states looking at our state going, what's going on in Arizona? How come they can't get together? How come they can't work together? Yep. Don't be the problem, be the solution.
Yep.
And we're proof that, you know, groups can work together and do work together. Vince or La Muerte has other groups they work with. Like we said, we had other groups there last night. We had, you know, us, McInville, and 2 other mediums, and some public, some people who'd never been on an investigation before. And
well, if you know, I believe, Donna, if I'm not correct, or if I'm not mistaken here, I do believe one of the claims is that I refuse to work with other teams.
Yep, that was one of the claims.
Look around you. Look at this forum that we have right now. Look at this spread we have right now. I have present 5 different organizations right in front of you. We all work together. We're all close-knit
on a
community.
regular basis, not just once.
And this isn't something that's, you know, just a once in a while thing. We work with each other all the time. I've been working with Misty K Hall now for quite some time, at least a couple of years now, right, Misty?
Yeah.
Vince, he just come online not too long ago, and I can guarantee you Vince and McInville is going to be working together for a long time to come. And same thing with Mike and Graves, and Colleen, she's on the team, so she's not going anywhere anytime soon. This is something that we do. And I'll tell you, if you reached out to us and you want us to get back a hold of you, and you seem to be that team that has out there been running clout, running your mouth, no, I'm not going to respond to you.
So do we dare mention how we've been ostracized because we don't charge for our events?
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
From a location?
Yeah, there's a well, let's put it out there that there's a corporation out there that is charging, let's put it this way, $150 per person to go to the place that you guys went to last night, Ecta, Mike, and Graves. $150 to go into that location per person. And we all know what they charge for us to get in the door as a team. It's for a public event, it's $200. If it's a paranormal group, it's $60. So, you know, let's do the math. You have 20 people that walk in that door at $150. It's $3,000. You pay the $200, you walk away with $2,800. Is there any profit sharing to that building where you, Donna, and Ecto, Mike, and Graves, I don't know if Vince was there, but you guys were in that rainstorm 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
The roof was leaking.
Yep.
Where is the preservation or the profit sharing to the historical buildings that we are going into to preserve?
Out of that $3,000 that they got, they didn't, you know. Yeah.
But yet it's unfair for us to do a public investigation for free.
Because we're taking money out of their pocket.
It's not fair to the other teams that are charging. Yep. I'm sorry. I have an issue with that. Yep. I'm sorry. It just gets under my skin. Sorry.
Yeah, that was just unbelievable.
So yeah, they're telling us that we can do no more public events at that particular location because of the fact that it's not fair to the team.
Yeah, no more free events.
Well, what confuses me is that on one hand, we get chastised for not charging anything.
Yeah, right.
But then on the other hand, on the other side of the token, we're having fabricated stories made up about us and getting chastised for charging. So which is it? Are we charging or are we not charging? You know, let's make up my mind. How about we just go to our social media sites and figure out the facts? You know, and I'll tell you, just because this location decided that we're taking money out of another team's pocket and we're not to hold public events there for free anymore, that's all right. We're not going to stop what we do and we're not going to charge. That's just a simple fact.
Mr. Humphreys. Yep. Thank you, Rob. And it's been a pleasure working with Rob. He's such a great guy. Such a great guy out there in the Carolinas.
Yeah, Rob's been a very big support in what we've done the entire way through, you know. he's a big part of what we do. He represents our team out on the East Coast, out in the Carolinas. Matter of fact, he runs a team out there just like you do here, Donna. You know, Rob.
Yep.
And so he's got his own organization out there that he's running for me out in the Carolinas and doing good stuff out there as well. He's got a organization called Paratech Laboratories where they come up with new equipment that's never been seen in the field before. I know they've been doing a lot of work with frequencies. I'm not going to get all into that, but he does a lot of work in that aspect as well. But what they do is a little bit more old school than the new age investigators are used to. They've gone back to the basics, back to the old school ways of doing things, and it's effective and it works.
Yep, like you said, he's been around since before McInville was McInville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And the other part too, I was going to add too. I'm sorry to drag on to that part too, but even that corporation that came through and was at that that location that you guys were at last night. What was it? Took 2 or 3 months for them to pay that location, the $200.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yep.
Not bad.
Well, just watch what you guys are doing, and pay attention. You hear some smack about somebody, do your research.
Exactly.
Were you going to say something, Vince?
Oh, no, I was just going to thank you guys because you changed a lot of how I do things, right? So before the first event I went to, it's only been myself and Christy, nobody else, right? If you look at all our old videos, it's just us two. Actually, Misty was the first one to invite us. So we did do an event with Misty, which was really cool, and her team. But after your first one, Alden and Donna, I think I've done 5 or 6 investigations after, and they've been with other groups, right? And I don't know if I'll ever do one just with us two again. So you've changed the way I view things and how I investigate. So yeah, it's been super awesome.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Like I said, look forward to many more.
And that's what it's about. And if we can get a vast majority of the teams in our state to work with one another and not compete and not withhold, like what Mike was saying, that he encountered, that they seem to be the gatekeepers to these locations. That's ridiculous. I would prefer to have other teams go in and say, hey, how did you come to the evidence you got? How did you come to this? Because we're not in here to compete. We're in here to share notes and to learn from one another.
Yep. Yep. It is more fun to be part of a group. You're right about that, Shannon.
Well, you learn, like Vince said, you learn different techniques, and we're all after the same results. I mean, that's the bottom line. We all want to know what's on the other side of the veil.
Right.
So,
and then somebody will have a piece of equipment that you don't know about, and you're learning about new equipment. You're learning how new procedures or new processes. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I think it also
sharing
helps.
footage.
It's kind of nice to have.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just going to say it's nice to have other people there to help debunk things too. Rather than just going in and saying, "Oh, that was a ghost," but we'll look at the plumbing or whatever it is, and we got many eyes and minds there to help figure out what it actually was. Sorry,
it's demonic.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing too, is you're getting things from different perspectives, and everyone brings something different to the table, and something that's useful that could crack the code as to what you may not be able to come to. Maybe they got the answer, but you're not going to see that answer unless you have an open mind and you're receptive to that,
Exactly.
Cool.
Shannon's just talking about the SLS. That was my first time actually using like the big one with the screen, and we caught a spirit of dancing, and so like that was crazy to see.
I was thinking of the music box. I hadn't seen a music box till I went with you, Vince, on one, like the and yours was motion sensitive. And last night somebody had one that was almost like it was
EMF based.
Yeah, EMF based.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Vince, you're gonna have to tell me where you got it because I want one.
I got you. Are you talking about the coffin music box?
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
you.
It's like I want one.
So neat, and those are like experiences you can't. That's why one of my favorite parts is literally when we get back together in the middle of an investigation or after an hour or so, what did you experience? And hearing that you experienced the same thing in that room that I did. And there's no video, there's no evidence proof, but we both experienced the same thing. It's validating, it's justifying. It becomes more than, did I just think I felt that or saw or, you know, heard that or whatnot, to something's there because you were there at a different time than me and you walked out and said the same thing. You know, and or you were there a different day than me. And when I started telling you, you told me that's what you saw. So this collaboration piece of it is so important. And like the para-unity Mike's always talking about, it's something that's literally being done right here, but we can do it on a much bigger scale in Arizona. And not saying to have 7 teams go investigate one place at one time, but let's get to know each other and put it out there and investigate together.
Yeah, share ideas, share experiences.
And if your place that you go and you know is Jerome, then hey, invite one of these other teams up there to Jerome and let us in, let us see what you're doing. Or, you know, so many different. Yeah, we're there. And
Jerome, let us in. I'm just
We want to come to Jerome.
There's got to be someone. But I mean, I just use that as a city. Everyone knows it's haunted. But I haven't been, you know, but you know, just that there are places. I mean, there's places I'd like to go in Tempe, which is local to most of us, that we got told like, oh no, just this team comes here, you know. And so now that was about like a year ago. So maybe now we come to, hey, just this team. We're a team too, and we want to work with you. We want to go into your place. Like, how do we get this done? You know.
And Vince makes a great point, and you know, is that not all of us have thousands of dollars to spend on equipment, you know, and then, but you guys may have bought different equipment. So just having access to items and, you know, and equipment that we don't normally have is fantastic. It's a great thing.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. Yep, he said it's not just Arizona.
Yeah, it is worldwide, unfortunately.
No, it is. It's also in the paranormal world of TV too, unfortunately. I mean, just look at what's going on.
Yeah, we felt really like, I don't know the word, lucky, but whatnot, that we were on that podcast where he called Donna, and we got to, in the last just 9 months, expand our, you know, get to work with McInville, get to know the public, get to see the other the public that wants to come on these investigations more than just on a social media platform, like seeing people in person.
And the fact that we got to meet McInville, one of the best teams in the state, for our first experience with another team, we are blessed because of that. You know, like thank you. Thank you, Eldon, Donna, you know, all you guys, man. We really appreciate you for that.
And it's funny because Mike has one of those live audio recorders, Eldon, and he was like, yeah, Eldon has one. That's why I had to get it.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Because you had it and he liked it so much, he went out and got him one.
Oh, and that's what it
is. You know, you share what you have, you share your experiences, you share your knowledge. And you sharing that, but you have to be receptive to what they know and what they have too. And it's a two-way street. You know, nobody's an expert in this. You're learning from each other. I don't care if you've been in this thing for 2 weeks. You have something within you that you can teach somebody, you know, and nobody is so big that they can't learn from somebody else. And when you get to the point where you think you are, you need to just get out of it.
Yep. Now, let me see, back in Illinois, I was always interested in paranormal. I will go on ghost tours where they give you the educational background, and then they had somebody actually go around these locations with you, showing you this and that. So it wasn't until I got here, and then McInville was looking for investigators, and I met with Eldon and the administrator, and he was like, "You're pretty green, huh?" I go, "Yeah, I am." And it wasn't, you know, it was probably 4 to 6 months after joining a team, I ended up becoming a team manager. So it was just, you know, he has a lot of confidence in me, and I appreciate that. He has faith in me.
And now you've been with him over 6 years, 7 years. So long time. And now it's been years. Yeah. I've
been at it, 5 years, Eldon? Something like that?
No. You've been at it about 6 years.
Yeah. Really? Wow.
Yep. I think it's been since 2020.
2020. You're right. It has been since 2020 because it was Global United then. before it became McInville. Wow, 6 years. Yep.
Well, and I have to back up a little bit too. Ecto Mike, you said it. Like you go to these locations and they're literally owned by another team, not owned, but owned.
Yep.
And you're not allowed to go in there. That's essentially the podcast that we're all discussing and talking about that was brought up is why do we have to call another team to get permission to go into a location, or in this particular instance, I don't know, a town?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not, last time I checked, the town's not owned by that team.
Yep.
Right.
Sorry.
The former facility.
To do that, usually you need permission of the owner of the building, but do you need permission? So, I'm going to the Queen Mary in a few weeks. Does that mean I need to have permission from
William Stark, the
Long Beach?
Oh, sorry.
She hasn't been there yet. Don't ruin anything.
Don't tell me nothing. I've got B340. I'm excited.
Oh man.
All right, Donna, if you don't have anything else for me, I'm going to dodge in the back again and continue with the operations here.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
But again, you don't need to see the bells ringing and telling you the same thing. You don't need to have permission from another team into a town.
Yeah, come here and then let us know. Well, why do I have to let you know that I'm coming to town?
Right, exactly.
But if you are from out of state and you want to come to town and you want someone who's been to some of these places to go with you, reach out to any of us. We're happy to come support you.
Absolutely.
Be a part of your investigation, but you don't have to have our permission to go.
There's another podcaster that you guys were on the podcast is supposed to be coming to Arizona in October. And I was like, hey, you let me know when you're coming and I'll arrange something. We'll go on an investigation. So hopefully that they'll hit me up. Hey, Paul. And, let me know when they're going to be here. And I'll take them on an investigation. Because they're from, like I said, they're from out of state. So let them see how we do things.
Yeah, absolutely.
The person that introduced us, Mike and Shondell.
Yeah. We'd love to meet him too.
Like, welcome. Come on in.
That'd be great. Yeah. I would love to. So, Okay.
I did want to give Medium Red her props too, because you did bring it up at the train depot, right? You were so sick, so you couldn't give gallery readings. One extra thing that McInville does, right? Gallery readings. Nobody else really does that. And because you were so sick, you even offered everybody, like, reach out to me, offer, I'll hook you up. I got you, right? So, like, it's just top level.
And she doesn't charge a dime, of course.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she did the gallery reading at the jail. And to my surprise, my dad and my uncle showed up. I was like, wait, huh? I was like, that was actually pretty cool to have her there to do that.
Don't be surprised, Donna. They're around us all the time.
And,
that's like Jolene, Jolene, the same thing. Jolene's like, holy cow, I never expected my mother and my father to come through. Like, literally, her father came through, and she's like, and I could see, I totally can see, like, who it's, who the entity belongs to, because they present behind you. So it was really funny because, like, I kind of knew where I was centrally located in front of me, and Jolene's like, so it was great. And then her mother came through, and then it was fine. It was funny to see her come back the next investigation and go, oh yeah, Yadira, yes, that was a good one too. But it was funny for her to come back to me and tell me, like, hey, the recipes you were talking about, we totally figured it out. It's my daughter, So fun, and it's fun. To have that.
Because when you were talking about the grandfather, and my son Andre was there. Of course, he joined the team. I had my sister on the team too, and Andre looked at me. He was like, "Grandpa?" I'm like, "Maybe." And then, of course, he was like, "Yeah, he's to you," and I'm like, "Me." So that was a total surprise. But Colleen's great. She's really good at what she does, and like I said, she's done a reading for me, and it was awesome.
Thank you,
like I said, you can reach out to her, Medium Red on Facebook, and she will hook you up, and she doesn't charge a dime.
Yep. Thank you. very much. I appreciate
Oh,
that,
you're
Vince.
welcome. I appreciate you. So Vince,
I
you know,
did one for Misty's daughter too.
oh, did you?
Yeah, I did one for Misty's daughter, Vivian. Yeah, it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
just typing like crazy like this, and she's like, "Holy cow,
Yeah.
you're making Vivian cry."
Wow.
I'm like, "I'm sorry, I hate it when that's the worst part of my job is making people cry."
Yeah.
I'm sure it happens often.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she did my reading, it was shortly after my brother passed away. So, you know, to find out that she said that my dad was saying that I got him, he's good. I was like, that's awesome. I was like, I got him. I'm like, okay, that was good to hear. So, yeah. Okay, well, you guys have anything else to share? I sure appreciate you coming on. It's been great.
Yeah, thank you
You're
for
welcome. Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
having
You're
us.
thank you
welcome.
guys. Appreciate it. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for the support that you guys give me as well as Medium Red. I appreciate that, being able to do what I do with you guys as a team and the different teams that I belong to. I totally appreciate it. I mean, I have to give Misty kudos because it was because of her that I'm actually in this field. So
Yeah.
she's like,
Worship.
"Hey, we need a medium. What do you do?" Next thing you know, I'm like, "Here, I got a K-Hall shirt now." Then from there, I became McInville, and then from there,
Yeah.
now I belong to a team in Michigan, of all things. You know.
Yeah,
That's
thanks,
awesome.
Massiville, for everything you guys do. We're so appreciative. And we just can't
Yeah,
say
thank
that
you,
enough.
guys.
It's like we're looking forward to any future adventures, and you guys are amazing. Thank you. We
And
appreciate
you know,
it.
one thing I love about Mike and Shondell is when they have something scheduled, the first person they reach out to is me. Hey, we're gonna go do this. Donna, you want to come? We're gonna
Yep.
do the Phelps Dodge Hospital, and I already had a date booked. And he was like, "We got a date booked. We're gonna go such and such a day." I was like, "Go ahead. I already got a date booked." But they think about me first and ask me to come along with them, so that's pretty cool.
That's thanks to Vince too. Thanks, Vince, for those leads. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
we
then
were
Vince,
able to find
when I
that
saw
out.
that Vince and them and went, yeah, I was like, I was on Messenger. Hey Vince, how did you get in there?
Yeah.
I
Happy
did
to
the same
share.
thing.
Yeah. And then Mike,
That's-
you invited me to the last like 3. I just haven't been able to go. So like it's just a good team.
You're busy, man. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, we're all doing stuff. But
Oh,
yeah, we'll keep
Yeah.
that circle or
Yeah,
That's
make
like
it
when I
bigger.
was asking Donna to go to Michigan, and then I was like, "Oh my God, Ecto Mike in Graves, you know, if you can wing ding this, I mean, Henry Ford Bungalow, it's, you know,
Oh, the
and
theater. Oh,
Calumet Theater, and we've got a
That's
sawmill
awesome.
that's associated with the actual Henry Ford Bungalow too. So yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Since I was gone for 2 weeks, I don't think my son would have been happy about me leaving again.
Yeah, you have to fly. We have to fly in the day before. Like we're all
Yeah.
flying in. I mean, they get in a little bit earlier than I do, but Patty and I are getting in about 9:40 at night. So we're all going to meet up at the hotel, and then the next day we'll traverse over to the bungalow together. So it's going to be fun.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely come up with some stuff. Well, we're going to Gleason in what, November, Colleen? First week in
November, correct.
Is that an open to the public investigation? I know it was a follow-up to the last one where some team members couldn't make it.
Like
Are-
me.
Well, that's
Are
why
we-
we're going, because Colleen couldn't make it. Jolene's never been there. I didn't make the last one, even though I've been there several times. It's one of my favorite spots to go. But if you guys want to come, Vince, even if you want to come, you guys are welcome, because it's just a team.
If anyone's watching from the public and they want to come reach out to one of us, you'll be our special guest since it's not a public event, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, it's big enough for everybody. You know, there's lots of room there.
Perfect.
And I think Shannon's gonna come too. We were
Oh,
talking about it last night, so yeah, I think she's gonna come too. So now that I have her on Facebook, we're friends on Facebook now. I'll keep in touch with her and let her know.
There's
But
plenty of space.
Yep.
It's a big
lots
place.
of space in Gleason.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's a whole
Get
age.
your walking shoes on.
There's a whole age
Yeah.
range you can climb.
Oh no,
Kidding.
don't.
No.
Oh.
We
Okay,
climbed
go.
up in a giant 150-year-old A-frame, and we're like, "What are you doing? Get up!" But
Who
anyway,
did that?
Where the mine is, yeah.
I didn't get that high before they made me get there.
yeah, it's a little side story. Just it's fun.
It's always an adventure with McInville, you know?
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Shoot, with all of us.
With all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got something funny happens. All right, cool.
Thank you again.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
appreciate
guys.
you coming. I really appreciate you all. So
Absolutely.
thank you very
Happy
much.
to.
All right,
All right.
Eldon, you want to take us out?